Alright, so you're wandering through the internet. Entertainment levels are low. You both are about to die of boredom. What do you want to do?
I look for a cool new podcast.
Yeah, and I assist. Alright, give me an investigation check. Oh yeah, and roll with advantage.
Horns from the city. Battle of Colin. Sounds like a good type of day. Those Vistani have it coming. They should die. Sadly, though, I'm not allowed to kill them all. Orogs and funny, tentacle beasts came out and attacked. I gotta try my new boomstick. It hurt him pretty good. Then, from what everyone tells me, I got really angry. I remember seeing flashes of silverware. What the hell? Killed some Orogs, knocked out my friend Bon. Weak sauce. Fortunes were red. Figured out how to break the curse. Said I had to create a peaceful end to the orc raiding. May as well ask for a freaking miracle. Do I look like a genie?
Gideon, you see around you a dirt cylinder that you're standing in, and it's about 5 foot tall. The dirt below your bare feet is packed. On the other side of you, or on the other side of the cylinder, is a full-blooded orc who is bare-chested and has these cut-off shorts. And not Daisy Doom.
Is this the rest of the outfit?
Hey y'all!
Is he never nude?
What happened to you? I blew myself. Yeah, you could have phrased that a little better. No. Anyways, on the other side of the cylinder stands a full-blooded orc who is cracking his knuckles and shifting his head. Looks like preparing to fight you. You know this to be the rinse basin from your hometown, and this is where your clan settles disputes. Who is this person across the cylinder from you, and why are you guys disputing?
Is this am I remembering?
Yeah, it seems so. It's got kind of that warm feeling of a dream. But this is definitely a familiar thing.
Does it look like my brother?
No. Nope. This character, when you look around, you see a bunch of people standing on top of this at the ground level, so 5 foot above you, and they're all looking in and shouting and cheering. And the orc across from you's got this gash over his eye, and it's starting to cloud over with cataracts. You don't see any family members around.
So the betrayers are called the betrayers because they married humans and aren't full orc?
I don't know. This could be, you say it's not family members, so it's not my father?
Yeah, no, it's just anybody. This guy makes no difference. Just, why are you disputing with this guy? Why would your guy be in here fighting to come up with some resolution?
Well, it's where our clan settles differences, is in the rinse basin. I don't remember this individual offhand. How old can I tell?
You look to be about 3 or 4 years younger. Just looking at your hands, you don't have scars and stuff like that you would have had. Your hands are definitely not calloused from shipping or pirating.
I don't know.
Okay, so this guy on the other side of you then we'll call Clark. And he says, this is for all them kills you stole from me. I told you to stop hunting in my space.
Oh.
And he just he runs at you. I need you to make a con saving throw, please.
Was I level 1 a couple years ago?
No, use your current saves.
21.
21. Okay. So the fight goes on for a good long while, about a minute or 2 minutes, and it's a hand-to-hand match, a mixture of like a boxing and wrestling and stuff like that. Basically, the loose rules are no biting, no groin kicks. That's basically it. And you are standing over top of this orc, and you are just raining fists down on his face. And you hear this like explosion go off to the right of you, and you look over, and it's over by the chief's hut, your father's hut. And it's this big wall of fire that like bursts into the sky, and it continues to burn, and then it goes away. And you look over, and like this concern washes over you for your family. And you hop up out of the rinse basin, and you just start booking it over to this hut. And what you see there is this red-skinned figure, a humanoid figure, with like horns coming out of his bald head, and he's got smoke for legs, and he looks as if he's like covered in this blue dwemer, like this spell. And you trace this back, and it's going towards your brother, who looks to be holding the spell. And he meets your eyes. His eyes are glazed over with tears, and he says, "Please, don't blame me. It wasn't my fault." And in that moment, you know instinctively what you are about to see, and what you see is the charred remains of your father, holding the untarnished axe, your family's birthright. And not too far from him is a silhouette of ash in the shape of a human, similar size to what your mother would have been. The ash is still smoldering and smoking. And in that moment, you grab the axe, and like so many times that you've dreamt, you, instead of flee, you fight back. And you fight this red figure with your brother, overcoming his latest mistake, and taking revenge for what happened to your parents. You wake up, and you are looking into this starless sky. It's dark. It is very dark, and a cool breeze plays across your chest, and you're gripping your axe with a lot of fervor. And you see Brickleworm walking across the deck of the ship, your ship, the Wing Cutter. And he looks to you and he says, "Beautiful evening we're having here, isn't it?"
Say, "Oh, fuck off."
And he's dabbing his nose. His nose looks broken and hastily reset. And he says, "Oh, all right. Sorry." And he like scampers off. And it dawns on you that in the morning you will have to face your brother and kinsman. Like this fear shoots through you. A fear that they might see you as a coward. But you remember that a few years ago you had heard that your brother had been made chief after the incident. And that pride warms your heart. You fall back asleep looking at the starless sky, just kind of wondering what the next day is going to bring. So,
I get drunk.
yeah. So, this is a couple days after our last session. What were you guys doing with those couple days? You are set off on you have all collectively kind of come together and basically agree that you need to break this curse. And you guys have kind of been probably also wondering about what the hell happened with those fortunes. What did you guys do in those 2 days?
Since we're traveling,
Mm-hmm.
Kyo's been spending it up in the crow's nest, or the Kyo's nest, as he prefers to call it. And he's been rigging a way to get dinner, or supper, sorry.
Okay.
Supper up and down.
Like an elevator? Okay.
Yeah, like little bit of a rigging, and so he's been working on that, and his barrels of fish, he's been making sure that they age properly. And the bullseye lamps are definitely on the Westas on there. Now, did we have Boris with us, or is he gone?
He's in the hold.
He's in the hold.
He's in my quarters.
Yep.
All the horses are.
So every day, I'm feeding Boris. Tell him he's a good Boris. Not too much. He's been thinking a lot about his dad.
Okay.
And how to improve things. Smoking rope.
I've been abusing the alchemy jug.
Oh no. Okay. To a point where your friends have started to say something, or just drinking a lot like a sailor?
Drinking more than usual.
Okay.
Not exactly excited about going home.
Okay. What about Bond?
Bond spends his time meditating in an attempt to coerce his angelic guide to give him guidance towards what the heck the fortune was about.
Yeah. Nothing seems to come from your angelic guide. There isn't a negative connection or anything like that, but there's definitely not an answer.
On the third day, I go find Kinian and say, mind sharing that jug?
I see 2 bonds. I try to split the difference.
I would also
Yeah, go for it.
pester Manet a bit. Because we definitely need to put out more flyers. And since we're flying over towns and that, we can just drop them off. Wondering if he can...
A PsyOps campaign?
So Manet,
The more you know.
I'm wondering if there's some way we can rig a bunch of quills together. So, because my fingers get really sore writing out all these flyers. There's only some way to copy it. I know Unseen Servant. I'm wondering if I can and I can animate objects. I wonder if there's any way you can get them to mirror my movements, so we can animate quills.
That's cool enough. I would say that you would just be able to do that with animated objects or something.
The problem is it takes a lot of concentration. I can't keep them animated too long. I want to figure out a way to do it more.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Some sort of copywriting machine, or
I mean, you can probably spend a little bit of time thinking about that and working with Manette.
I'm going to be pondering that a bunch.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna be rich, bitch. You're just gonna start scrolling magical scrolls in a machine, selling off in markets.
I think Keo would more scan his butt. Okay, cool.
In a world with no printing press.
Yeah. Tin spends her time bonding with Nymeria. Seeing how they have been apart a lot lately, I think she just kind of focuses on trying to keep that bond strong.
So I've been thinking about feeding the cat, and what we need is a net. So you know how you fish? You just need to fish up
Birds.
some cows. And...
Some birds. Oh, I love it.
We're just catching live rocks out of the air.
Yes,
I hate to
Warlocks.
I hate to bring it up, but Nymeria is giving some not so comfortable looks to Boris.
I have a black bear again today.
Bond's just riding a black bear brick on the ship.
No, those are actually...
I'm riding on it too.
Yeah.
We got the alchemy jug.
Great idea. So we can feed those animals to Nymeria. They come back
From the bag.
That's real fucked up.
I look at my bear and I'm like, are you hungry? I heard
Manette.
It probably disappeared.
This is the first time
ever.
that you've gotten to spend more than a couple hours with Plummy, as she and Brickleworm have accompanied you guys on this journey.
Is there a sock on the door?
Maybe not. Probably not yet. Did you want to do a charisma check?
Not that kind of
No.
charisma
Okay.
check.
Okay.
I think my spellbook might have charm person in it.
I
I'm not
that's
sure.
bad.
I think that's this one.
What would you be doing? Like, if you're crafting during this time, would you be like showing her your craft and like kind of like showing her what you do and what artisanship really is and stuff like that?
Show her your tool.
Is that what the kids are calling it?
What are you working on while you're showing her?
The perioptic wound closure.
Very cool. Okay. How far along are you on that?
Getting close.
Yeah.
Close.
Good.
5 more days.
Nice.
He's on the perioptic closing that case.
So while you're working, the conch shell that you guys found has just kind of been sitting on your desk, and it's kind of been bugging you that you can't figure out what this is. It definitely has magic to it, but it's ancient magic, and it doesn't seem to want to activate.
I know what it's for. Whoever holds the conch, they get to speak.
It's the speaking conch.
Quiet piggy.
So
a lot of flies on this ship or something.
so
That's the horses.
tell me how the couple days go with Plummy though. Do you guys do a ship date while you guys are traveling, or is it just all business? Or?
Is this a court ship?
The love boat.
Every time Manette's getting close, the ship's so small, he basically hears loud belches from Vaughn and Kinian.
Oh no.
I liked it.
That was a nice
That
one.
was clever.
But the way it goes sort of depends on Plumy's interest in seeing Manette's work. And
She's super interested. She really is interested in things that might help her with her career. So gadgets that might help her get away or to stealth better. And so she's really taking a interest in what you're doing and is very impressed. She didn't realize you had created so much for the team. That really impressed her as well.
they call me Q on occasion. They don't.
No one calls me. Yeah.
Maybe M, but not Q.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah. Okay.
You do hear random, from the top of the ship.
But only a few times a day.
Only a few times.
And then in the evening, as the sunset's going down, he hears a performance at a
Why are you using that die? Yeah, stop using that die.
night of
An eight?
some mandolin music of the kobold variety from the plains of bluegrass near the
Okay.
romantic.
Nice. You reach Kinian's hometown, I guess you could call it. What you see is a collection of huts that look like they were built around tents. So they definitely look they're more cylindrical than anything, and they've got like a pitched roof around the cylinder. You see two guards posts, one in the north and one in the south, and a road that runs through the center of the camp up to a big circular area about 30 feet wide. There is a square of crops that is quite large. They're starting to, you're in the fall, so you're seeing people like working these crops, but a lot of them, half of them look dead as they are corn and stuff like that. There's people busying around this village, and there's a lot of people like moving in and out of the village as well, with moving out for hunts or bringing back game from their latest hunts. And what you also see is on this cliff face that it's kind of perched on, down below there is a valley with 9 statues in it, and you actually see somebody down there right now kind of kneeling and working on these statues. You see on the outer edge of this village, it has a barrier around it. It is not a fence. It is more like rocks and things like that, big rocks. You think that they might have pulled up from down below in the valley or from when they were tilling the land and stuff like that. You are nowhere near a reasonable space for woods. There is the high forest further north of you, but to pull lumber that far is just, it's obscene. And then there's a lake off to the west, far west, and some villagers are trekking their way there with wagons. What would you guys like to do?
Where are we in relationship to the village?
You're just kind of circling. You're doing kind of like a holding pattern, like just kind of surveying everything, and a few people are coming out and like covering their eyes and looking up towards you.
We've been noticed then.
Yeah, definitely noticed.
I use my grappling hook,
Okay.
fling it on the side of the ship, and then just jump off the edge.
Just zip line down. Yeah, absolutely. So you
I
zip.
hop on Supper, and I follow off,
Okay.
and I cast Featherfall on Supper myself and Kinian.
And Kinian. Okay.
How far down
It's a distance. It's probably a couple hundred feet. He can do it with a rope. So, yeah.
You're floating down on the rope.
That's a little weird. I wasn't expecting that. Going from like basically, yeah, to what?
It was like metal music like, as you're going down, and then it turns into classical.
Oh.
The elevator music.
No superhero landing from me.
So you guys lower down, and Kinian is there with Keo landing at pretty much the same time. Your brother, Kinian, is standing there waiting. At first, he was readying for an attack, but after seeing you jumping down and then slowly falling with the axe on your back, he definitely recognizes you immediately. And he's got kind of like this stern look on his face. And for everybody else, he looks a lot like Kinian. Like, they are clearly brothers.
He's not as ripped as I am.
Right, yes. He's fat from chiefdom. And
Kinian's getting fat too from
from the drinking.
Only on the belly.
Yeah.
I mean, that just gives me a little bit more girth to swing harder.
Yeah, more inertia.
That's not how that works.
And
Hey, Kenny's not that smart.
they seem to style their hair very similarly, and they've both got like this really dark.
so lots of mud and just
Yeah. How does Kinian style his hair?
I've got a pretty red top knot
Okay.
in the back, so my hair is all pulled back, and I've got a top knot off the back.
Okay. Very like sumo-like.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I've sent you the image of him before. For my likeness.
So yeah, you see in front of you like this big meaty half orc with blackish blue skin, and he's got the exact same eyes as Kinian, these pale blue eyes, and a top knot and everything, and he's standing there with his arms folded and like just this grimace on his face. And he says, "About time you came back."
I got a little sidetracked.
And he just like grabs you up in this big hug and like lifts you, and like your back cracks a little bit, and
He
you
was
hug
gonna
him
come in
back.
for a hug too.
Yeah,
You're just like grabbing my
super
leg.
Just like
awkward.
the both of them.
He puts his hand down and he like pushes you away a little bit. And he gives you this big brotherly bear hug and he drops you down and he's like, it's so good to see you again, brother.
Little brother, where's your scars? You got no scars, man. And I pull off my breastplate. And I'm like, look at all these, man. And this mayonnaise encrusted breastplate.
You've never washed that.
No.
It still smells like rotten egg and
Bond throws up.
he looks at you and he says, yes, I see you've been in many battles since. But no, our clan is enjoying peace right now. We have successfully avoided, I would say, the ice shields. And we've been focusing more on sustainability. You know, it's family and honor. And I found that there is nothing honorable about raiding. It's exactly what our dad was talking.
Mother influenced him heavily.
She did. Do you remember the fights he had? Oh my gosh. He says, you know, that statue is still missing that top knot.
You didn't get it fixed?
No. No, he died before that.
Oh, yeah.
And it gets real weird for a second. Like, real weird. And there's, like, this moment of silence. And he says, well, enough of that. It's good to see you again. Did you, by happen of chance, remove that curse?
I take the axe off my back. I'm like, let's see.
And he...
No, we have not. That's why we're here.
The black staff starts to glow a little bit.
Yeah, you saw like a fist like clenching in his brother's hand, and his muscles like tightened up. And when you said no, you look and see like he's not about to punch Kinnian like he thought he was going to. He says, "Well, then what brings you back?"
I found some Vistani.
You did. And what did they have to say? I mean, did you force them to give up their secrets?
You wouldn't happen to be a diviner?
No, I'm not talented with magic.
Why are we?
You hear me chuckle. Talented. That's a word for it.
He says, "Why don't we talk elsewhere? There's some personal things that we need to go over." And he looks at all of you, everybody else in the party, and he says, "Please, make my home your home. Feel free to set up in my hut." And he motions towards the largest hut of them all. And he says, feel free to look around and talk with our village folk. They would be potentially very interested in trading with you all. Maybe if you have tools, we've need of farming equipment. We have need of skinning equipment and anything that we could use for drying hides.
I turn to Greg and I say, I did happen across some treasure from a riverboat.
What?
And I drop 1,000 gold in front of him. For the clan.
This is amazing. We can do so much with this.
You don't happen to still make our special ale?
Of course I do. And he drags you along, and everybody outside of the chief's hut just hears like this big cask being pounded on, and then you hear two orc brothers just laughing over flagons of ale. think of this community to be one that's in transition from nomadic to like an actual society. So they're going to have like the bare necessities for like a forge and stuff like that. The problem is that they lack a lot of burnables. So the forge is going to be cold, but I assume you guys probably still have some sort of burnables or something like that, or even magic.
Could leverage our ship.
I have.
We have a trapped fire elemental.
No. I control an old kobold trick to help their crops. You put a fish in with each of the stalks of maize. I've got these salted fish. I think it'll work.
Salted fish would be bad.
But yeah, so you could work at the forge. There might even be like a way for you guys to ship some small manner of lumber from the woods, giving these people easy transport to the woods. As far as what they have, they're not going to have a lot. They're going to have like bare necessities. They might be able to provide some food and alcohol and stuff like that, but it won't be a profit. That's for sure.
Would I be able to make some manner of like high efficiency heater for their forge so that like they can use less to power it and do all sorts of cool stuff with magic?
Oh yeah. And when you're coming up with this, like you're talking with an orc, and he's like, "This forge has been cold for months. We don't have burnables. I really don't know what you're gonna do." And after like suggesting that idea, you see like Palami's got like this like look of pride, like she knows you, and the guy's super pumped about this. The orc guy is really excited about this.
You could send Brickleworm with the ship using our netting to put lumber on it and bring a load of lumber.
Do I see carts?
Yes. Yeah, there's carts. It's basically like they've got this. This is a very calm orc community. They've found some sort of what's that?
They're hippie orcs.
They're hippie orcs. They found some sort of like community through the rinse basin. So they're no longer like fighting and burning things down. They solve their problems through very pointed battles.
I have an idea for their tree problem. It's going to take a few years, though. Barrel of apples.
Oh, yeah. Very cool.
A little Q apple seed.
Very cool.
Yeah, that can
You
give them
can send the ship along with like Volti and have that go to the forest and chop down some trees and bring back, a stockpile just for supply them up for stuff.
Okay, we gotta liquor the crew up for sure.
Yeah,
if they're gonna go do that.
Yeah, and
how liquored up do they need to be?
Medium.
Like
I mean, they're sailors.
you gotta gas them up. They're like, goop, 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 goop.
I have a half keg of the good stuff.
That should be fine. Currently, you guys are at
That's
8
good.
people?
Less hangover, the better the alcohol.
Okay. That was my fun.
Yeah, I like
if
that.
I can rig up the forge to run off of whatever ale they happen to make.
Okay. You
I
can
feel
probably
like that's probably their most sustainable source of fuel.
Yeah.
We'll say.
I think you definitely find this old curmudgeon orc that's like off on the like outermost part of this village, like off on the by the cliff face. Yeah. And he's got he's got these weird like tubes like that are circular that like these copper tubes that he says that he bought from a trader. Oh. And he's got this like distillery set up, and he has like these rye grains and stuff like that. He's definitely distilling some very, very potent alcohol.
Kyo actually recognizes this as a kobold contraption.
Okay.
Although he wonders why there's not any juniper.
He gives you a flask of the good stuff. And like you smell it, and oh god, it's strong. It like burns the nose hairs. And he says, "Now, don't you drink that too fast. You'll go blind." He says, "That's sipping whiskey."
Orcish sipping with
Hells yeah, that's right.
Now, do they have much in the way of livestock?
It's illegal, like a Romulan ale.
So it's blue sipping with it?
Yeah. Livestock?
Yeah.
No, not
No.
really. No,
Because
they
I was going
haven't.
to show them a kobold trick.
Okay. Yeah, they haven't come up with any livestock. You think most of it's just like for meat? Like they haven't
Yeah,
figured that part out, like
well,
how to raise them long enough to provide
Yeah.
more children to then eat later.
Well, the thing is, if they have any penned up, kobolds when they're short on, we use poo.
for fertilizer.
No, it's
Oh.
a burning source.
Oh, gotcha.
And
Gotcha.
this looks like a plains region, right? There's no trees. Just an idea.
But yeah, you're able to use that mixture of orcish shit, sipping whiskey, and like some of the old stalks from the corn and stuff like that. You're able to get this forge going pretty good. You show them like new techniques on how to like pack this forge, and you're able to basically craft it. And the guy was really close. Like he was onto something, but he just didn't have the kind of knowledge you had. And you're able to show him how to do it, and it gets hot.
Sure. Well, that's good that he was close, because then he'll understand what I'm doing, and as I explain it. So
Yeah. While you're explaining it too, he's like, "That is absolutely genius. You are amazing." And
Tuesday.
he actually has a lot of like iron ore and stuff like that, like raw materials, which he explains came from the valley. He says a lot of the valley has been withering away, like on the other side, has become more like a cliff face. So he's actually able to pull out of that cliff face pretty easily. There must be some veins of different raw materials moving through that. So what do you want to show them how to make?
Well, farm implements would be the first thing that they would need, probably.
Yeah, like hose and stuff like that. Okay.
There's already hose in this.
Yeah.
This village.
Hose aplenty. Okay. Well, actually, we'd probably start with blacksmith tools. Different sorts of hammers, things that'll make other projects easier.
Yeah, better, like, quality blacksmith tools. Yeah, okay.
Showing them the finer points of balance and that.
Yeah. Well, you guys are moving around and just kind of interacting with the community. A couple of topics keep coming up. One of the topics, the biggest one, is one of the chief's sons has went missing, and his name is Jace. Another one of them is how proud they are of their recent crop yield. This is the first year that they've actually gotten a real yield, and everybody in the community seems pretty excited. Like, this is something that's really been motivating staying in one place, as if they can create sustainable food. And the third is the fact that they don't have lumber to build the fence that they want to build. They really want to make some sort of, whatever it's called, like a promenade or whatever, to kind of keep themselves protected from the outside world. And so they give you whatever you need in trade for the taxing of this lumber. And I think Brickleworm has found some friends. You see him, like, when he's interacting with the orcs, like, he's talking in native language and stuff like that. He is definitely in his element of meeting locals and befriending them. And then he sets up getting this taxiing service, like going and bringing lumber back and forth.
You know, we should actually probably send orcs to the forest to chop down the trees.
Yeah, that's
as
what
labor.
that's what he's doing. Is
Okay.
he's
Good.
getting the community involved because your ship would not be able to provide that kind of labor. So I would think at least 15 orcs go, and they are just, their entire job is just to take trees down and get them into sizes that will fit for the ship.
Spit in our knitting.
Yeah, and so that goes on. Kinian, the news of Jace's disappearance, I think that strikes you pretty hard, wouldn't it?
Definitely. It's my favorite nephew, man.
Your brother looks pretty shaken up about this. He's very worried. He says, with your niece Kyne being gone, and now Jace missing, it's been tough. It's been very tough around here. Even the small wins, us finding the veins of material in the other side of the canyon, and the crops, they've all been overshadowed by Jace missing. It's been a couple months since we've seen him. He was supposed to go hunting in the same old spots that you took him, and he's went many times. He would go out with all the hunters. He would show them up. He'd bring back a bounty that you would be proud of. And one day he didn't come back.
Has Dreadfang been around?
He's been missing. We haven't seen him in years, since Maylock fled. I was unable to banish that wicked genie, and I fear that he might be the cause of Jace's disappearance.
I'll set out tomorrow first thing. See if I can track Jace.
Okay. It would be much appreciated, brother. And the night gets really glum after that. After he's kind of bared everything, he's very exhausted. This is very late in the day. He's quite drunk while he's telling you this, and he decides to turn in early. Yeah. So what do you guys want to do?
I stumble over, tripping over Black Bear and Vaughn. Get up! Get up! Get up! Oh. We're gonna go hunting.
Have you been drinking?
No, I'm drinking.
He smells of alcohol real bad.
I'm like, okay, yeah, let's go hunt.
Let's go hunting.
Let's do some night hunting.
Is the moon out?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's
Kinian smells so much like alcohol that you begin to think that alcohol smells like Kinian.
I like it. The moon is out, and it
Bottom
is
shelf work stuff, anyways.
it is a very bright moon.
Mm-hmm.
There is a little bit of clouds in the sky, but nothing that's really causing enough to not see stars.
So I tie my moon gem to the glass staff,
Okay.
and I saddle up.
I turn to Bon and I say, "Where's the little ones?" I'm turning into Rick. You know where Martinez is?
I woke up a couple hours ago, and I think he was over by the forge.
I stumble over the forge. Careful not to go too close to the fire for fear of combustion.
We need to borrow.
We're going hunting.
He's got you recognize the flask he's got in his hands. I would imagine Manette's still working on this forge, right? And so you're probably just feeding this forge to get it back going, and you see like this finely crafted flask, and you immediately recognize it as the old curmudgeon's flask.
Oh. Let me get a nip of that.
This is for the forge.
I'm forged of muscle.
That's not the same thing.
It's got beer muscles.
Hunting. Chase, we gotta go. Give me that, Morty. We gotta go.
We gotta go, Morty. What? I like it. I like Drunk Kinian.
Turn myself into an orc, Morty. I'm Orcish Rick. Alright, he's in no condition to go hunting on his own, so I go with him.
Alright. So it's just the guys. Tin is on the ship still ferrying probably the last load of the night to camp. I would think maybe Kinian kind of tries to stumble his way towards the forest and kind of show you where he usually hunts.
Oh, I've stumbled toward the Valley Chiefs first.
Is it kind of a hunting ritual to go by and pass by the chiefs? And
It's like in some universities or whatever where you have the statue or like a bronze statue that for some strange reason the boobies are super shiny because everyone walks past and touches the boobie. You go through the Valley of Kings and you
slap the butt.
You slap the butt of your chief. Walking through the Valley of Chiefs, I noticed that they still haven't erected a new statue since my father passed away, and I kind of look up at Kinian, my dad, chuckle briefly, stop a moment, pull out a flask, turn to pour out some, take a sip, pour out some, pull out my dick, take a piss.
all right.
Is that some sort of... Now, Kyo's going to try
I'm drunk.
Yeah.
Going to try and follow whatever...
Orcish ritual.
So he's going to try and... So, acrobatics to balance on his...
Yeah.
On his... That should be good enough. 13, good enough to stand on my...
Yeah.
On my...
Yeah, and your dog.
My broom.
Oh, yeah.
To get me up to a proper height. And so... Kyo looks both ways and he starts peeing on.
Do you get it, a little bit of the flask?
Kyo's got his own flask.
Oh, okay. All right.
He's when in Rome.
Yeah. Yep. You see the statue looks, again, a lot like Kinian, but, sharper features, orcish. Has rounded ears, though. Built like a full-blooded orc, but has rounded ears. And he's missing his top knot. It's clearly broken off.
Is it nearby?
No, it looks like it's been broken once before, near the feet. Minette can see with a skillful eye that the feet were reattached at some point, almost like the statue had broken. Yeah. So you guys scale the other wall and make your way to... Okay.
All right, Hootie. All right, Supper. Now, Supper, I know you're a city dog. But I need you to track. Animal handling. 7.
It starts sniffing around the statue, and then it does a bloodhound point. But it's right back to the... Yeah, it's right back at you.
I start stumbling away toward the forest.
Yeah. You start climbing up this, it's become like a cliff face. You remember it as being more of a gentle slope, but there's clearly some erosion that's happening here. I need everybody to give me a athletics to get up this hill.
Can I just write that down?
You absolutely can.
Okay.
Anybody who has magical means can use them if they'd like.
24.
I slipped the broom underneath Supper's saddle.
Okay.
This poor dog.
I'm gonna ride the bear, and the bear's gonna do the roll.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Oh shit. Oh shit. So what you guys hear in the background is this tumbling. You're what the fuck is going on? And it is a clamor. And you look back, and there's Staravesh tumbling down the hill. And he lands right next to the statue that is just surrounded in piss.
I'm gonna lower back down. I'm gonna okay, Staravash, pee on the statue, then we can go.
Pee on the statue!
What are you doing?
You're the statue.
No, I peed on the statue.
He follows suit. He tries to climb the cliff face.
No.
What?
I can carry him with me.
Oh, okay.
The load on the perma-flying.
Okay.
I think he can make it up on his own too.
Yeah, Staravash.
He's a level
The
7
dog
fighter
and
now, so.
Oh, that's right. We didn't make a sheet for
It's
it.
like, ding.
So he's gonna refuse. And
With a 4, he gets a 10.
A 10? Okay.
Me and the bear go up at 19.
Okay.
But I'm getting excited too because this is gonna be the first chance I get to practice my tracking abilities that I learned from the bear.
Okay. All right.
while I'm going
Right
up,
there.
in addition to my little stone that glows in the moonlight,
Uh-huh.
I'm tying one of my dagger onto the tip of the glass staff.
Yeah. Like a bayonet.
Well, to make it into a spear.
Yeah.
We're going hunting. That's what you hunt with, right?
Yeah. It's what kobolds hunt with.
Yeah. Well, we usually hunt with pit traps, but
So,
those are kind of hard to carry with you.
you guys make it to the forest, and I need everyone to roll perception for me, please.
Pew, 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 pew. Not quite. I got a 19 with a plus 0.
I got a 19 with a plus 7.
10, because that's passive perception.
Are you doing perception to track or perception for something else?
Just perception to perceive. What everybody but Manette sees, or at least hears, is some twigs breaking. You hear some like Elvish being muttered in like the forest area. You see a couple of like silhouettes in the moonlight. Everybody roll initiative for me, please. You see 3 silhouettes.
Don't fail me.
Kinian,
Happily
go ahead. There is 3 shadowed figures up in these trees. And they seem to be holding bows.
Oh, presents.
How far away?
Far enough that you wouldn't be able to reach them like up in a tree in your turn. So you could use your movement action your movement to get up to where they're at, but you still don't have distance, I don't think.
How thick are the trees that they're in?
This is probably still old growth. Because you guys entered where the orcs had been working earlier, so it's almost looking like the section you're entering into is almost like a clear cut, and you're looking more at old growth, the inner part of the forest. Yeah. So
They're big
pretty
trees.
thick. Yeah, pretty thick.
Darn, you can't chop the tree down
Yeah.
that they're in.
I stumble up to whichever tree is closest,
Mhm.
and I shout up at the silhouette, "Where's my nephew?"
Do you hold your action for anything?
I take a drink.
Oh, you take a drink? Okay. Yep. Bon.
These people look threatening.
Yeah, they've knocked bows and have them trained on Kinian.
I stand up on the bear
Mm-hmm.
and I shout out, "Oh, we are just passing through, looking for our friend. No need for bows or anything."
Okay. Does anybody know Elvish?
Nope.
Nope.
I speak Sylvan,
What is Sylvan?
language of the forest.
Oh. Okay.
Something elves would speak.
Yeah,
But
probably.
It's
Yeah.
not their own.
Yeah, it's not their own tongue, but I
Okay.
could try it.
Fae.
It's like what you'd hear from like centaurs or fae. Or
Okay. You don't hear a reply. You want to do anything?
I
If anything, you hear like a shout in Elvish. It sounds kind of threatening.
just hold my action until they attack.
All right. So they attack. Kinian has not backed up, and so they loose their arrows. 12. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
Wouldn't be prudent.
What's that?
Wouldn't be prudent.
Let's use a new die. There we go. 18 plus 4 is 22. And you take 1d6 plus 2. Oh no, that's a d8. Sorry.
Are you good?
5 plus 2. 7. 6 arrows rain down on you, Kinian. And they all but one misses as you're kind of like drunkenly stumbling around these arrows, and you just catch one like right in the arm. It grazes by you. Do you enrage? Yeah. Oh shit.
I dropped my alcohol.
And that is the sign. Manette.
That would have triggered my...
15.
You rolled a 14. You don't get to add anything to that?
That triggered my held action.
Oh,
Right.
I did save.
Sorry.
I've got +1.
Okay. Cool.
Sorry.
That's all right. I forgot Ron's
-1.
action has been triggered. So what do you want to do?
How far away are they?
They are your move. What do you want to do?
Gust of wind at them.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I'll still drop my boots.
I gust of wind at them.
Okay. They need to make a save, right? A strength.
Yeah, it's a strength saving throw.
Nope, that's a 2.
They get pushed 15 feet away from me.
How wide is this gust of wind?
10 feet wide.
Okay, so you get 2 of them.
Okay, I'm sorry, it's on their turn too.
That's fine. It's their turn now.
Okay.
And
Reaction, feather fall.
you cast Feather Fall on one of them.
Oh, I can get both of them with it.
Oh, okay.
Why would you do that?
Why?
I'm hoping this can be salvaged.
So let me paint the scene real quick. Arrows are loosed, and when they are, Bon lets loose a gust of wind, hitting 2 of these scouts. And as they start to fall out of the tree, Keo uses his reaction to feather fall.
Yeah.
Okay. And they feather fall, landing gently on the ground. And it is now Manette's turn.
I shoot the last one that's in the tree.
Okay.
I reload.
All right. Keo.
All right, so Keo, he yells at them in Sylvan, hoping they understand, because
Yeah.
it's about the only. He doesn't think Draconic's going to work in this situation, so he yells at them in Sylvan not to be hasty while casting haste on these two, and he says, "Be forewarned, I'm a great and powerful sorcerer. That was just a warning shot. Deception. Pew, 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 pew."
Very nice.
Deception of 23.
Yeah.
And he says, "You'd be better off to run." He points at his dog. Yeah, he's trying to command it while he's talking to them. Meanwhile, I'm floating up to be out of Kinian's reach.
Okay.
I'm a little scared.
Yeah. They are knocking their arrows, but they are like lowering their bows. They are ready and prepared, but they are not looking threatening.
And of course, they would understand nothing of what I said. My own people,
Yeah.
I'm not
Just
going to have time to repeat it.
all you guys hear is some like commanding language coming from Keo as he kind of dad talks at them, and then they start to like lower their bow, and they look hesitant.
So they do seem to have understood me, or
Yes, yeah, they definitely seem to have understood you. Stairbash.
He holds. Probably.
Okay. Kinian, what do you want to do?
I bend over and pick up my alcohol and stumble forward and fall face first onto the ground.
Okay. Are you trying to do a deception or anything like that?
No, I'm just drunk.
Oh, okay. All right. Bon,
I
got my boots.
remember you don't know what Keo said.
I'm a bit confused because here I was thinking, idiots in trees, they're totally dead. But then Keo saved them.
Yeah.
I'm like, I thought we were fighting. So I stop gusting of wind and hold again until somebody attacks.
Okay. All right. They shout back in Sylvan and they say, "Leave now. This is our territory."
Hey, Gideon, whose territory is this? In common.
Territory? This is my hunting territory.
Elves say it's theirs.
Elves don't know anything.
Say, listen, I don't want any trouble in Sylvan. We're looking for a orc about this tall. Of course, that's not going to
And
work.
yeah,
I'm
because
up in the air.
you're like, oh, that's right, yeah, you're in the air,
I'm up
so
in the
you
air.
accurately give like a guesstimate.
No, I give a guesstimate based compared to me.
Yeah.
But it's up in the air, so it's not gonna come through. Have you seen him? We're just here to get him and do some hunting. I guess this is the orcish hunting grounds.
We have seen many orcs here. They're cutting down our trees.
And they didn't have any trees.
Oh. Well, many hunt here when they're not supposed to.
Have you posted no hunting signs?
And all three of them kind of look at each other and they're like,
Damn it, we didn't think of that.
the one's like, God damn it, Greg. I told you that bite us in the ass. And they said, and they turn back and they're like, why, of course, but some dastardly orc must have taken him.
Parlez-vous common, by the way?
No.
No.
So, Manette, it's your turn now.
They don't attack?
No, you just hear like a
Yeah.
a conversation going between Keo and them, and
I
yeah,
heard Q ask about that.
yeah. You've got like one side of the phone call type thing going on.
I hold my action.
Okay, all right. Keo, what do you want to do?
The weirdest battle we've ever had. I'm prone on the ground.
Yeah.
So I just I play the only card I have. I pull out my Emerald Enclave passport
Okay.
and I say to him, "Listen, I'm with the Enclave. We're friends of the forest in the civilized lands. Surely, if there's any trouble between you and the orcs, it can be resolved peacefully." And persuasion. Not very good.
Uh-oh. You got
9.
9? Oh, good enough. 5 was the number you needed.
Okay.
So, yeah, basically, they recognize the Emerald Enclave symbol, and the one Greg says, well, why didn't you say so? Well, I mean, we've got trouble with the orcs. They are encroaching on our territory, but we have bigger trouble with this goddamn genie. He's been taking our people.
A genie, you say?
So if you want to try and make good between us and the orcs or whatever, you got to give us something. And I think maybe taking care of this genie might help in enslaving our people.
I yell back to the party. I'm like, "Hey guys, you like wishes?"
I heard the word genie, and you hear me mutter, Maylock. Fucker. And take another drink. Like, while still, my face is still on the ground, and it's
Side
corner.
They have unknocked their bows, and one kind of like sidesteps around Kinian, and like is very shy around him. They look like they want to offer him a hand up, but are a little afraid to.
And I say, "Be careful."
I mean, they shot him. So
Yeah,
that's smart.
that's exactly why they're.
I stand up. I stumble a little bit toward a tree. I'm like, put my hand on it. Like, I start laughing. I'm like, "Did you lose this?"
You pull the arrow from your arm.
Yeah.
I give a whistle to get supper back over here.
Okay.
And,
I do tell them they need to work on their aim. I'm like, I swear you shot more than one of these at me.
They all just kind of blink at you,
I mean,
like
I'm seeing double, but there was a lot.
double, but there were at least 3.
they like look at you with this like unknowing stare, and they're just like blink, 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 blink. Like they've got no comprehension of what you're saying, but they kind of laugh like. Like this really awkward, like they think what you said might have been funny, and they just kind of laugh.
Keo, care to explain what they said?
I tried talking to them in Gnomish and Dwarvish just to see if they
See where it's at.
see if they speak either of those.
Yeah.
hopefully, they don't grab at their weapons when
I
they speak
didn't hear
Dwarvish.
Yeah. Minette, you use these languages, and one of them just kind of looks at you and is like, arms crossed, and is like,
Don't you have a helm?
Oh yeah. What? Yeah. Look over that
That's
real
what
quick.
Keo says to him.
Yeah.
Comprehend languages.
He's actually got it on his head. He's just
He's
like,
probably not
what?
wearing it, but-
What helm?
I make a quick fire and light it. I'm like, "Come over here." I'm like,
Smell the smoke.
"No, I'm like just 10 minutes to the elves."
Yeah.
And I offer them my flask to drink while I'm doing this. And then, as a ritual, I cast Comprehend Languages on the 2, on Kinian and Bon.
Kinian, I imagine this becomes like a Charlie Brown moment where they're like, and then it like starts to clarify in your drunken haze, and you're so drunk now that you understand their language, and you think that maybe you've hit like a magical part of drunkenness.
Just the right.
I was always going to try and get that drunk.
It's not going to help them understand the party.
Right.
At least now I don't think so.
Hey everybody, it's Alan, your DM, and I wanted to say thank you from the cast and crew for listening to Roll with Advantage. We really appreciate it. If you feel like you want to support the podcast or even want to get on the podcast in all sorts of different ways, go ahead and check us out at Patreon, patreon.com/rollwithadvantage. We've got all sorts of different support structures that have got fun little things for each of the levels. If you can't support monetarily, comments and subscriptions go a very long ways. So if you could comment in iTunes or on YouTube, that would help out the podcast so much. We also love to interact with our fans. If you use the hashtag #RollWithAdvantage on Twitter, or you can post in our subreddit, we will be happy to engage with you guys. It's a super fun way to get to know some of us, and you get to ask questions about your favorite characters, or about the world, what's going on in the background, stuff like that. We also want to say a big thank you for Incompetech.com and BattleBards for letting us use their music and sound effects. They do a fantastic job, and I highly suggest you guys go check them out. Just beautiful work from everybody there. For a full list of the pieces we use, go ahead and check out the description, and you'll find it there. So, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week. Bye!